don't do that thing where you're like, he's the best.
He
he's
is,
so
though.
good.
I swear, I'm not the only one who says it. I'm not the only one who says it.
She's so famous, and she creates this. People love her, and she really represents something important to people. You know, people are like, hey, I like your movie.
Ben Affleck sat in stunned silence, his world crumbling around him. The video playing before his eyes showed a side of Jennifer Lopez he never knew existed. How could the woman he loved be involved in such dark activities? As the footage continued, Affleck's mind raced. The nightclub shooting, the hushed conversations, the unexplained absences, it all suddenly made sense. But now he faced an impossible choice: stand by his wife or walk away from their marriage. When Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez first got together in the early 2000s, their relationship became a media sensation unlike anything Hollywood had seen before. The press dubbed them Bennifer, and suddenly every aspect of their lives was under intense scrutiny.
And the truth is probably, you know, we all try to put this.
He told me about all his ex-girlfriends and everything. That's what I mean, you know. And
let's dial that down.
I don't know how you don't lose your cool during that.
I have lost my cool, unfortunately, a few times. But I don't because of my kids, and I try. But what I will do is I'll put them inside.
Paparazzi followed their every move, snapping photos of them at red carpet events, restaurants, and even just walking down the street. The constant attention quickly became overwhelming for the couple.
And you just like, fuck, I gotta, you know, if I'm with her, I get the two of us together. For some reason, the two of you together creates like,
Affleck later revealed that he felt like he was living in a pressure cooker. "I felt suffocated," he said in an interview years later. "We couldn't go anywhere without being hounded by cameras." The media frenzy took a toll on both their personal lives and their careers. Magazines and tabloids painted a picture of Bennifer that often had little resemblance to reality, publishing wild rumors and speculation about their relationship. As their fame grew, so did the public's fascination with every detail of their lives. When Lopez wore a pink diamond engagement ring from Affleck, it made headlines for weeks. Their movie Giggly became a target for critics even before its release, with many seeing it as nothing more than a vanity project for the couple. The film's eventual box office failure only added to the pressure they were facing. Affleck and Lopez tried to maintain some semblance of privacy, but it proved nearly impossible. Even casual outings turned into media circuses.
They'll take him in and then come back out and give the guys a lecture and shit. These are kids, they're 13 years old, and they're like, yeah, okay.
The other kids were like, we gotta walk a block and a half. She was like, all right, she didn't even say shit. Get out with her, all the kids, through Times Square.
We'd try to go out to dinner, and suddenly there'd be 50 photographers outside the restaurant. Lopez later recounted, their attempts to have a normal relationship were constantly thwarted by the intense public interest. The relentless attention began to wear on them both. Affleck started drinking more heavily to cope with the stress, while Lopez struggled with the constant invasion of privacy. Their individual careers also suffered as their relationship overshadowed their professional accomplishments. Studios became hesitant to cast them together, fearing the media circus would overshadow any project they worked on. In 2004, the pressure finally became too much. Affleck and Lopez called off their engagement and ended their relationship. Years later, Affleck admitted that the constant media attention was a major factor in their breakup.
I didn't, because I was more excited about working with an actor who I felt like could help the same kind of concern.
We're very gracious. You and Jennifer greeted us at the door. We chatted for a couple of minutes, and then the door opens. Do you remember this?
We were on the cover of every magazine every week, he said. It was just too much. We should have known better. Hollywood loves a comeback story, and Bennifer 2.0 appeared to be just that. However, as Affleck peeled back the layers of their past, he uncovered a truth that would force him to make an impossible choice.
Like a herald that then gets everyone else, and then they're all tourists, whatever, just woof. Then I'm moving. We got like our 5 kids, me and Jen, and Damon's the lead of the movie.
No, I said all the best. I said all the great people from the film. I didn't mean all the people.
Years after their highly publicized breakup in 2004, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez found their way back to each other in 2021. Their reunion sparked a media frenzy, with fans and tabloids alike eager to see if this rekindled romance would stand the test of time. At first, it seemed like a fairy tale second chance at love. The couple appeared happier than ever, gracing red carpets together and sharing intimate moments on social media. But beneath the surface of their picture-perfect relationship, old secrets were lurking. As Affleck spent more time with Lopez, he began to uncover information about her past that he hadn't known before. The ghosts of relationships past came back to haunt them, particularly the infamous Diddy scandal from the early 2000s.
It's inspired by.
Right,
It's not a documentary, but he said he was very kind. But he said the spirit.
I think a
of the
lot of
company.
people are going to feel like that watching this. It makes you, it is a lot.
Traditional in a way
Yeah.
that I take on the woman roles in certain things. Like I like to cook.
The Diddy connection resurfaced when federal authorities conducted raids on the rapper's properties in connection with an ongoing investigation. Rumors began to circulate about incriminating evidence found during these raids, some of which allegedly linked Lopez to Diddy's activities. Affleck, who had been blissfully unaware of these connections during their first relationship, now found himself grappling with uncomfortable questions about his wife's past. As more details emerged, Affleck faced a moral dilemma. He loved Lopez deeply, but the weight of these revelations began to take its toll on their relationship.
It's not unusual in movies for people to use racy language or talk about sex or even have sex, but the reason why that scene stands out when
It even brings more attention to you. You've been through that scene where you're constantly in the tabloids. Was there hesitation on your part?
where you're like, don't do that thing where you're like, he's the best.
He
he's
is
so
though.
good.
I
and
swear,
people
I'm
are
not the
like-
only one who says it. I'm not the only one who says it.
Friends close to the actor reported seeing a change in his demeanor, noting that he seemed troubled and withdrawn. Affleck struggled to reconcile the woman he thought he knew with the person implicated in these allegations. The final blow came when Affleck reportedly discovered video evidence that allegedly linked Lopez directly to some of Diddy's illegal activities. This shocking revelation shook him to his core. The man who had once been half of Hollywood's most talked about couple now found himself questioning everything he thought he knew about his relationship. Ben Affleck's decision to end his marriage to Jennifer Lopez wasn't just about one shocking revelation, it was the result of a complex web of past and present issues. The discovery of Lopez's alleged involvement in Diddy's criminal activities was the final straw, but it brought up old wounds and trust issues from their first relationship too. Affleck, who had worked hard to overcome his own demons, couldn't reconcile the woman he thought he knew with the one in those incriminating videos.
Thank you again for that.
It
And
was
Merry
very
Christmas
fun. You guys
to you.
were good sports, and it didn't occur to me until there was this sort of, it's like these gentlemen are both more.
This whole situation serves as a stark reminder that even rekindled romances can have unforeseen challenges. Affleck and Lopez thought they had a second chance at love, but the ghosts of their past came back to haunt them. As their story continues to unfold, it raises some big questions about trust, forgiveness, and what fame really costs. Can you ever truly know someone in the spotlight? Is it possible to separate a person's past from their present? Affleck and Lopez's journey shows just how complicated love can be when you're living under the microscope of celebrity.